So one of the biggest criticisms for Halo Infinite at launch was the lack of a co-op campaign. Being able to play through the campaign with a friend has been a big staple in the Halo franchise since the original. I mean, seriously, how many people went through that campaign? You go to Silent Cartographer with a friend, jump in the Warthog, and you just go. Well, unfortunately, it looks like that's not going to be a reality here with Halo Infinite, at least until like the first half of next year. Sounds like, based on the way they're setting this up with different seasonal releases and updates, could be like May or June even before we see co-op campaign become a reality for Halo Infinite. Well, it looks like some people weren't ready to wait, and they accidentally activated a co-op mode in Halo Infinite, and even outline the steps on how you can try it at home right now. Guys, if you enjoyed these videos, make sure that like button helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the SpawnWave Plus channel, make sure you subscribe down below. So let's head over here. This was first posted up on Reddit, where it immediately went viral because obviously a lot of people want to be able to play co-op campaign in Halo Infinite. The campaign itself, to me, just screams co-op. There's so much stuff there that would be way more fun and even productive with a friend to be able to go on the Warthog or any of these different adventures when you're trying to roll through different bases. The AI, while they do at least help you out somewhat, certainly nowhere near what you would get out of a friend you can communicate with when rolling around to these different banished outposts and everything there. But this video went up, I believe it was on Facebook originally, and then it started to get posted around like here on Reddit. And yeah, you can see it looks like we have a split screen mode here for Halo Infinite running around in the game. And of course, people thought, oh, well, that's just fake, right? I mean, that's not a thing. No, this is real. Like, people started to test it different outlets. I noticed GameSpot actually tried it out, and they're like, yeah, it works fine. But the series of steps, while not that difficult to pull off, which we can see them here, there are some limitations when it comes to this this glitch, because obviously the game's not expecting you to be able to do this, right? Like, I'm sure co-op in some capacity was sort of left in there, like as people are activating it here, but it's not ready for prime time at all. In fact, they do outline some of the limitations that they ran into over on GameSpot, where they say, for starters, player 2 has no HUD, which there's a skull, I believe, that removes the HUD anyway, so there you go. You can just go through and pretend like you have that activated. The game's forward operating bases are completely busted, and if either player dies, the game locks up. It also says that if you try to do this, you may actually corrupt your save, which would be frustrating if you're down to the point where you're just going around trying to get the different, we'll say, towers or the propaganda towers that are scattered around, or maybe you're trying to clear out the rest of the bases or find the rest of the audio logs to get the achievements. Yeah, that'd be really annoying if you're down to like the last 10% and then your save just got corrupted. So a big warning there. Don't do this on a profile or a save that you really care about when you're testing this. But we can see here Noble Actual did go through the steps on how to activate this. Starts by saying that Infinite must be offline. You connect a second controller, sign into an Xbox account, start campaign with controller 1 in-game, hit start, and then back. On the second controller, hit start to add the second player to the fire team. Halo Infinite co-op enabled. I have not tried this myself, but the fact that people were able to play around in the game enough to get to this point, because apparently it was just an accident. Like, they in no way meant to go through and have co-op take place. It just sort of, I guess, happened through these steps here, and there we go. But yeah, the game itself, while it does, I think, lean into the idea of co-op quite a bit, I can see a couple of spots where co-op could potentially break this game. I mean, if you're running around the map on the Xbox One VCR, because remember, this has to work on the original 2013 Xbox One, I feel like that could be something they're running into as a bit of an issue there. And honestly, that might be a case where the game's being held back a bit by much older and less capable hardware. But if you have 4 people in a game, I mean, they're all going to be potentially scattered around the world. How do you do that? Do you have basically a boundary where everyone has to stay within somewhat of a proximity to each other, or the game pulls you back in? Is that just the leader that's in charge of that and you have to stay around them? How do you go about progress in the world? Like, if I found an audio log and you have not, will that show up like highlighted for both of us or not at all? And then, of course, you have the idea of respawning and parts of the game potentially just being broken through grapple shotting with a friend. Like I said, I think there are a lot of issues that they ran into trying to get co-op done. And I mean, it does appear that the game has co-op in there, but it is completely broken. But either way, I thought it was a really cool discovery since it is something people have been asking for a lot. And yeah, the steps are out there. It's not like something they're keeping a secret. You can go try this right now if you want. Just as I mentioned, don't do it on a save game that you really care about. I guess start a new file with a different profile and all of this and see if you can make it happen. And if so, run around for a little bit before the game apparently locks up because someone dies or something. It's just sort of fun to see what the future could hold here for Halo Infinite and their co-op mode. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.